I don't remember when the hatred began, but now it blooms in silence. I used to look at her like she was the air I breathed, but now every glance feels like poison. Her smile, once a sanctuary, now strikes me like a blade. There's nothing louder than the silence that sits between us. The way she walks past me like I'm a shadow, like I never existed in the folds of her life. It burns. Love doesn't die quickly. It decays, rots, one broken promise at a time. And here I am, stuck in the ruins of what we once called forever. I hate how she still knows the rhythm of my voice, but no longer listens. I hate how she acts untouched by the damage she caused. Every memory feels like a lie I swallowed whole. I carry our history like a noose. This isn't just anger, it's grief with its teeth out. I loved her with everything, and now I hate her with what's left. I don't know which version of me she buried first, the lover or the fool. She speaks sweet only when others listen, dresses her voice in honey but spits venom when the doors close. I've been the fool behind her fake smiles for too long. The lies, the half-truths, the secrets. Each one a tiny fire beneath my skin. She crafted illusions while I built a life. I gave her loyalty, she gave me manipulation. I hate the way she weaponizes silence, turning rooms into battlegrounds without a single word. Her eyes used to be oceans, now they're voids that reflect nothing but cold. There was a time I craved her touch, now it makes my flesh crawl. I feel contaminated by what we've become. I lie beside her at night, wondering how two people can be inches apart yet live on separate planets. Her laughter no longer reaches me. It's a mask, a trick, a performance for others who don't see the cracks beneath. I hate her for the distance she chose, for the connection she killed with indifference. She didn't break my heart, she starved it, slowly, methodically, and smiled while doing it. I hate the way she remembers only my mistakes and forgets every sacrifice. The love I poured, the time I gave, the parts of myself I let go to fit her mold, they were never enough. I was never enough for her. And yet I tried. God, I tried. But her expectations were shifting sands, always changing, always impossible. She didn't want a partner, she wanted control. She wanted obedience disguised as affection. And I was too blind to see it until it was too late. Now I see her clearly, not as the woman I once adored, but as the person who slowly erased me from my own life. I hate how she rewrote our story so she could be the victim. I hate how she plays innocent, while I carry the blame for everything. She knows how to twist words, how to cry when it suits her, how to make others believe she's suffering. But the truth is cruel, she's the architect of this misery. And I, the fool who once kissed her lies like blessings. There are days I feel nothing. Not love, not pain, just numbness where feeling used to live. And that numbness I think is worse than hate. She took all the warmth and left the shell. I watch her scroll through her phone disconnected, indifferent, and I wonder if she even sees me anymore. Does she remember who I am, who I was? Or did she trade me in her mind for someone easier to blame, easier to leave without guilt? I remember the way she used to look at me, like I was her world. Now her gaze slips past me like I'm air, invisible. I hate that I still remember the good times, because they make this hurt sharper. They mock me. This isn't the life I fought for. This isn't love. It's a war with no victories, just quiet casualties. I live in a house with walls that remember our laughter, now echoing only silence. And I hate her for letting it die, for watching it crumble, and not lifting a hand, for choosing comfort over connection. I hate how she made me doubt myself, how she turned my kindness into weakness, my patience into permission. Every time I forgave her, I lost a piece of my soul. She mistook my silence for surrender, never realizing I was holding back storms for the sake of peace. I let her win so many battles just to keep the love alive. But in the end it was all one-sided. She drained me, emotionally, mentally, until there was barely anything left to give. I hate that she never asked if I was okay, never cared about my struggles unless they affected her. I was her safety net, her emotional punching bag, her fallback plan. And I stayed because I believed love could heal anything. But love, true love, doesn't destroy, it builds, it lifts. What we had was a prison dressed in romantic lies. I hate that she wore my love like armor, but never gave any back. She needed me only when it was convenient, and now I see it was never love. It was survival for her, not for us. Some nights I stare at the ceiling and wonder if she ever loved me at all. If every I love you was a line she rehearsed, a script she memorized. She knew how to sound sincere, how to cry on cue, how to make promises she never meant to keep. And I hate myself for believing them, for thinking I mattered. I built dreams around her, planted futures in her soil, and they all withered under her cold neglect. I hate how she made me believe I was the problem, that if I just tried harder, loved deeper, worked more, it would be enough. But it never was, because the problem wasn't me, it was her emptiness disguised as need. She wanted attention, not affection, power, not partnership. I hate that she's still in my home, still in my space, acting like nothing's wrong, but everything is wrong. Every corner holds a memory, every silence a scream. I hate her not just for who she became, but for who she pretended to be. She was never mine, only a ghost I kept chasing. I hate how I still remember the way she used to laugh before things turned bitter. How she used to wrap her arms around me and promise we'd grow old together. Those lies cling to my ribs like broken glass, reminding me of what I lost, what she stole. Love didn't end between us, it was executed, slowly and painfully. I watched it suffocate under the weight of ego, betrayal and disinterest. She stopped trying long before I did, and yet she plays the victim in every story. I hate her for that. For manipulating truths to suit her image, for dragging my name through shadows she created. I gave her a home, a name, a heart. She returned it with resentment and blame. And now I can't even look at her without feeling rage simmer beneath my skin. I hate how she walks like she's unbothered, how she sleeps soundly while I carry the weight of everything broken. There's no repair here, no healing, just a wound she never even acknowledged. She destroyed something sacred and called it growing apart. I hate the way she moves through life like she's untouched by guilt, like she wasn't the reason I lost my trust in love, in loyalty, in truth. She walks with the arrogance of someone who knows they'll never be held accountable. I gave her years, time I can't get back, and in return I got silence, betrayal and emotional abandonment. I used to want answers, used to beg for clarity. Now I just want peace. Her presence is a storm I live inside. I hate how she stole my peace, how she left scars invisible to the world but aching every single day. I can't pretend anymore. I can't force smiles, can't play the role of the devoted husband to a woman who never valued me. I'm done apologizing for existing, done shrinking so she can feel bigger. I see her for who she truly is now, not the woman I once loved, but the person who taught me how deep betrayal can go. And I hate her not because she changed, but because she chose to, coldly, deliberately. There was a time I would have given everything to fix us. I bent, broke and bled for her, but nothing I did was enough. Love shouldn't feel like begging. It shouldn't feel like sacrifice without return. I hate that I lost myself in trying to save something she had already walked away from. Her body stayed but her heart left long ago. I hate her for not saying it, for pretending, for dragging me through the motions like a puppet in a cruel play. I see now that love cannot live where lies reside. And what we have now isn't marriage, it's a contract of convenience, a daily torment. I hate how she made me question my worth, but I also hate that I stayed this long, that I let her drain me, that I let this go on far past its expiration. But the hate now is fuel, it's what remains when love dies and closure never comes. She will never admit what she did, but I carry the truth, and though it burns it's real. Unlike her, one day I'll walk away from this house full of shadows and I won't look back. I'll leave the pictures, the rings, the memories behind like ashes, and I won't hate her anymore, not because she deserves peace, but because I do. Hate is heavy, and I've carried it for too long, but for now I feel every ounce of it. Let it remind me of the cost of blind love. Let it teach me never to fall so carelessly again. I hate her because she made me hate myself, but I'm reclaiming that now. Each breath, each decision to detach, is freedom. This poem is not about revenge, it's about survival. It's about shedding the skin of a man molded by pain. I will become more than what she left behind. I will